Hello Minglaba and welcome back food lovers. Today we're going to make Myanmar's national dish, Mohinga. It's surprisingly easy to make and the recipe that I'll show you doesn't require any specialist ingredients as you can pretty much find all of it in a large supermarket. It was requested by one of this channel's viewers, Cece, who wanted a version that she could cook for herself whilst at college. So thanks for the suggestion, Cece. This one's for you. And if you have any requests for recipes, then please leave them in the comments below. If Myanmar can be summed up in one dish, it would be Mohinga. Mohinga, for those that don't know, is a rich fish soup-based dish served with rice noodles. But that's not all. This dish would not be complete without the various accompaniments such as crunchy vegetable fritters, fish cake, sliced boiled eggs, chilies, and a squeeze of lime. Eating it is practically a national pastime, and Burmese people would eat it at all times of the day, from breakfast to dinner. Now let's go through the list of ingredients. So the main ingredient of Mohinga is fish. Traditionally, you're supposed to use catfish, but I live in a small Irish village, and although it's a beautiful place to live in, there are no wet markets nearby, so we must substitute something else. I find that tin mackerel works just as well, and so we use 4 tins. Some fish sauce. You'll need about 2 tablespoons of this. White pepper. Turmeric powder. Fish cake. 4 large shallots or medium-sized onions. Tamarind paste. Lemongrass. 3 cloves of garlic and a 3 cm piece of ginger. 150 grams of yellow split peas. 1 teaspoon of shrimp paste. 100 grams of banana trunk. This is the only thing in the recipe that you may find hard to source, so it's optional. Banana trunk is edible and adds an unusual texture to the dish. And 2 liters of water. Now onto the method. The first thing that we need to do is to make the fish stock base. To do that, empty the tinned fish into a large bowl. Add in the turmeric. Add the crushed ginger and garlic. And the white pepper. Break the fish up and mix in well together until you get a mixture something resembling like this. Now put the mixture into a large pan and give it a fry on medium heat for about 10 minutes. I didn't add any oil because the fish that I was using was already tinned with oil. Then pour in about 1 liter of the water. Into this mixture, add in the shrimp paste and the lemongrass which you have crushed on a board to release the oils. Then turn up the heat to bring the broth to a boil. While the broth is coming up to a boil, add the yellow split peas which you have soaked overnight into a blender with some water and blend until smooth. Add this mixture into the broth. This will help to give it a thick and silky texture. Next, if you're using dehydrated tamarind, rehydrate it with some water and strain it into the broth. Finally, cut the onions and fish cake into bite-sized pieces and also add these into the broth. If you're using the optional banana trunk, you can add these in as well at this stage. Top the mixture off with the remaining water and let it simmer for about 45 minutes with the lid on. While the broth is cooking, we can prepare the noodles. The ones to use are rice noodles. Make sure that you get the thin ones, but don't pick up similar noodles called glass noodles, which go transparent when cooked. Make these according to the instructions, but give them a rinse under cold water when cooked to wash off any excess starch and to prevent the noodles from clumping together. After 45 minutes, the broth should be ready. Give it a stir and a taste to see if it needs more seasoning. If it does, then add a few drops of fish sauce. Now that everything is ready, we can serve the mohinga. Place a portion of the noodles into a bowl and pour some of the silky smooth broth over them. Usual accompaniments to mohinga include chili flakes if you want a bit of heat and coriander leaves. It's also usual to add in some crunchy vegetable fritters into your bowl to make the mohinga more luxurious. Here I am adding in some gourd tempura as an accompaniment. I'll leave a link to the video on how to make that below. Another usual addition are sliced boiled eggs. So that's how you make mohinga, Myanmar's national dish. I hope that the instructions were clear enough to follow. Thank you for watching guys, and see you next time.